Hello, hello. This is Kevin Hauser, aka Tattoo.
We're going to call him Tito with that mustache.
Yes, we are here with our, of course, wonderful host, Andy Scheckman, from a very special location.
We are.
We are in Aruba. We actually had those two family office meetings, which were great. However, with the onset of what's gone on in the market,
We need to drink. We're drinking.
Yeah, we're going to do shots while we're doing this tonight.
I have a big drink. Holy shit, is that?
It's been a day. It's actually been a couple of days, and I'm not a big drinker. Just to let you know, you can ask actually Mark Z, Whiskey and Wisdom. I don't do it very often, but when I do, it's okay. So salute to you.
God bless.
You know what? I say we go to silver 50, gold 4,000. It's a good one.
4,100.
Oh.
52.
Rhymes with tattoo.
52 does right.
I hate
but it's
vodka.
good for you.
No,
It
tequila
It's
is good for me.
No, it's good for you. You need
Tequila's
it.
good
You're
for
a little
me.
stressed out, man.
I am stressed.
This is a drink. His is a sissy drink.
A shot.
It's a sissy.
Today was a little rough. I got to be honest with you. Today was a little rough. We had our meeting. Andy and I were going to try to sneak out and play some golf, but it really didn't happen the way that we wanted it to.
No.
It was a little rough. We got inundated. Things are very, very crazy right now, as we can imagine, as you can imagine. But that being said,
We had 14,000 people watch us last week.
we did. It was like, I think about 13-2. It was kind of nuts. And since then, things have gone nuts. We get calls today. I think the most commonly asked question I had today was, do you have any silver left in inventory?
I asked my son, I said, I heard you were busy today. He said to me, I'm borderline in tears. I haven't even eaten all day.
Yeah, it was one of those days where, and you'll notice at the end of the podcast, we're not going to launch any specials because, to be honest, if you can get your hands on silver, consider yourself special. That's pretty much the way it is.
That was good.
Well, I think that it's important that we start off no matter what, because what we've seen this week is something that we've never seen before. I think we mentioned last week a term that many people probably haven't heard of yet, which is backwardation. And to kind of just put it in a nutshell, and then you can definitely, because you know a lot more about it, discuss what backwardation is. Basically, when the spot price or the cash price for any metal exceeds the futures price, that is what we call backwardation. And this time alone, the COMEX joined the London market, where the silver price structure has been in backwardation for the recent weeks. And when we have sufficient physical metals available in the market, the cash price or the spot price for immediate delivery is typically lower than the futures price, maybe by about typically 20, 30, 40 cents around there.
At least.
That's around that.
But it's the cash value of money. The further out you go, it's like lending someone money. If you lend someone money and they're going to pay you back immediately, there's not much of a VIG. If you lend someone money and you're going to take it in 6 months, you should have to pay more.
Correct.
Right?
And when the spot price, what we've seen now, surges above the futures price, it's an indication that there's urgency in the market to source that metal for immediate delivery.
Right. The normal structure is called contango. And contango is when futures trade above spot, which reflects the cost of storage, reflects the cost of financing and insurance. And we are far from contango right now. We are, as you mentioned, in the biggest backwardation I've ever seen. It signals urgent demand. It signals depleted inventories. It signals a systemic shortage of deliverable bars. Give me my bars now. I don't want to take your promises into the future.
This is one of the things that I wanted to go over that you might say that, well, you might not be proud of me, who knows? But one of the things that I had researched when we were starting to look at the backwardation was in May of 21, the LBMA admitted that they overstated the London Vault holdings of silver by about 106 million ounces.
Yeah, well, they only have a free float right now of 140 million. So what does that tell you?
Well, around the same time, SLV silver holdings, especially in London, it spiked significantly when a lot of people, and David Jensen, give him the quotes on it, noted it. And he had actually said that let me just bring up his quote. He said, quote, "The demand for silver may temporarily exceed available supply that is acceptable for delivery to the trust. Authorized participants may be unable to acquire sufficient silver that is acceptable for delivery to the trust due to a limited then available supply coupled with a surge in demand for the shares."
You know when that happened? That happened actually in February of 21 during the silver squeeze. So much silver piled into, or so many people bought shares that they, over the weekend, State Street, which is BlackRock, changed the prospectus to basically say, yeah, there might be more demand than there is silver in the trust.
Well, our infamous leader just brought exactly what we're talking about. The question is, was the LBMA's 100 million ounce overstatement related to the 100 million ounce temporary spike in SLV's London vault holdings?
Probably, and it was what
Did
was
BlackRock issue SLV shares without
well,
actually
no, it's
buying
it's
the
the
equivalent?
numbskull that used to work for Goldman Sachs. His name was I forget his name, but he said that that the short, the banks are the shorts, that they take the money or the metal that goes into SLV and they short it, which they should never do because it's a proxy. You would not short metal because the metal is supposed to be 1-to-1 for the shares. And if you're shorting the metal inside of SLV to drive down the price, you're in essence borrowing people's shares without their permission.
Correct. So that's listen, my take is it's a little bit more than coincidence. I don't think it's the alcohol talking.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Let me
We'll
finish
see.
this drink.
Yeah,
It might
go.
be, but
Let's
the
go.
delivery strain is extraordinary. In October alone, we've seen almost 15 million ounces that have been delivered into COMEX. And when you have a $3 spread between New York futures and the physical market, there's a big problem. There's a huge problem. Not only that, the borrowing costs. Normally, the lease rates are about 0.5%. Right now, they've gone up to 100% annualized. That's worse than any time in the history of the market.
I think you should delve in a little bit more on explaining how the lease rates work.
So if you're going to short something that you don't have, you have to borrow metal to sell. Or if you have to cover something with metal you don't have, normally you could lease it very inexpensively. Now you have to lease it at 100% annualized cost. It's putting massive squeezes upon the big banks. But look at it from companies like ours, okay? So if I buy 100,000 ounces over the counter, spot, right? If I buy 100,000 ounces, the only way I can hedge it is with the New York futures, with the COMEX contract. But if the COMEX contract is $3 back a spot, how does that work? It doesn't work. I'm hedging something $3 lower than what I have to pay for it in terms of over the counter. In other words, the futures are way lower than the physical. So I pay this physical for $10, but I can only hedge it at $7. That's a problem.
Well, there's a lot of things that we're going to have to go over tonight because, and we're going to be strapped for time because we do have a reservation that we have to get to. But there are things that happened that are going on right now that don't make sense. And we're going to get to it. But first and foremost, I think one of the things that people are probably wanting to know is what's with the mustache?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hot here. I'm still wearing my vest. I tried like hell to wear a life vest just because I thought that would be the most apropos. It didn't work. So I'm just wearing a thin vest, but I do have the mustache.
Well, I just started kind of doing
one.
one.
We had one. Everyone where we live is starting early on the No Shave November.
I just started, but I'm really not really keen on it.
And he was a little worried that, maybe because he's a public figure that, maybe the mustache doesn't work. I'm not that big.
I have a hard time looking at you, actually. I think your name should be Tito.
But you actually did say it actually is growing.
It is, kind of.
I mean,
I don't have to kiss you,
it
though.
is growing, like by leaps and bounds. It is growing. But I will tell you, Jim Montgomery, I will tell you this. Andy was gone, and I'm very upset about it. But it was my birthday last week. And for my birthday, my wife threw me a little bit of a party, and it was a hibachi and tattoo party. So, because it was a hibachi and tattoo party, I did actually get a
Son
new
of a
tattoo.
bitch did it while I was in Minneapolis.
So just to show you, I don't know if anyone can actually, well, I
Other
can't
way.
see it that way. There we go. As we all know, the name is Hauser, Hauser. So we got a full house tattoo. That's my new
Of
tattoo.
course, I have one tattoo, and it was your fault that I got it. And then you have a party when I'm not there.
Yeah.
So not cool,
Well,
man.
it wasn't
really
cool that you didn't show up.
I was in Minneapolis
I
doing
know,
work.
You know,
Yeah.
you had a wedding.
Well,
You had Justin's
and
wedding.
then I had work.
And then you had work, but it's still a wedding. You could have.
I should have told
Well,
Justin.
but you didn't need to go to the rehearsal dinner.
I was invited to the rehearsal dinner.
I was invited to another dinner, but I canceled because it was my birthday.
Yeah,
I know,
full of
but
shit
whatever.
is what
It's
you
fine.
are.
In any case, yes, we did get the new tattoo. So wonderful, Jim. I did it. One of the things that we really should talk about, because as much as metals have moved, one of the things that has happened is there has become an enormous spread between the bid side of silver and
That's
the
what I
ask side
just
of
talked
silver.
about. That's
So,
it's
but explain to it, because if somebody calls us in today or tomorrow and says, Andy, I want to sell 25 100-ounce bars, and we give them a number, we have to go off the bid side of spot, and that's going to be a bit strange when they're seeing it trading.
right.
So explain it a little bit.
Well, let me read something to you. My dear friend Michelle McCory just sent me, because I think it's important to understand. She sent me this. This is from the Perth Mint. I can't validate it, but Michelle is a pretty smart gal, and she said this is what she just heard. Perth Mint suspends silver sales amid global shortage. Australia's Perth Mint has halted all silver product sales due to overwhelming demand and supply chain issues, while U.S. dealer commercial rare coins and precious metals has frozen transactions as of October 13th, 2025. The shortage stems from industrial demand in solar panels, electronics, and EVs, outpacing mine production by hundreds of millions of ounces annually, driving spot prices above 50. That's not the reason, but that's part of it. Per ounce, and record premiums on physical bars. Experts highlight plummeting London vault inventories and refining capacity strains as key factors fueling potential further price increases. So the bottom line is simply this. Again, if I buy back metal from people, I have to hedge it. If we have 1 million ounces of silver in our warehouse and the price goes down by $1, we're dead. We lost $1 million. So we have to hedge it. But if able to hedge it with contracts, it's $3 back. What do? We have no choice. And if you look around, you'll see this is not just Miles Franklin. This is every company in America. Everyone's freaking out. Half the companies aren't even taking orders. Our supplier, one of our suppliers this morning,
called us. Yeah,
he sent an email saying that
they're halting.
We're halting all trading until we get a handle on the premiums, on the availability, and on the spread.
Well, this I don't even understand. I mean, I have to just go to this question because when I saw it, it doesn't even make sense.
Jeffrey Christian is a moron. Let's just say it is what it is.
There's no way that you can deny backwardation.
Jeffrey Christian is an absolute moron.
But how did somebody come out and
say? Because he's an absolute fucking idiot. I'm so tired of the guy. He just is. Oh, well, sorry.
He just did twice.
He's an idiot, a complete idiot, and he's a shill. And to say that is just absolutely so disingenuous, and it's not even funny.
I completely agree. But let me hold on. Oh, that was Michelle McCory.
Happy belated birthday, Kevin.
Thank you, Michelle. Much appreciated. We're only, 11 days behind, but from you, it is welcomed with
There's no
open
one
arms.
better than her.
No one. Michelle, thank you. I appreciate the belated birthday wishes. Thank you. Let's go to a question or two, and then we can get back in.
Yes.
Let's see. So let's see here. Reading that refiners are pushing retailers to buy back junk metal and sterling at 50% back to spot. Andy, what are you hearing? That's definitely not true.
Not true.
I think our buyback right now on junk, I think Josh just did the rewrite. I think we're probably around 350 back, somewhere around there. So about 350 back a spot, which is extremely competitive. It might be even a little bit better than that. I don't even know. But no, it's definitely not 50%. That's for sure. All right. And then we want to go to Earn Dog B. If someone were to have 1,000-ounce bars, would this be a good time to move them into small denomination bars? So because this being huge demand and get the same amount of silver back.
If he did it into junk silver, he could probably.
No doubt. Junk silver, no matter what, even still right now. And premiums, trust me, are definitely on the rise. When we got our wholesale numbers from the large wholesalers and distributors today, Silver Eagles have shot up enormously in premium. You will find that right now, most dealers out there are probably going to be close to about $8 over spot for Silver Eagles. roughly around there. So junk silver, you can still get very, very inexpensively relative to the overall market. So definitely something to look at.
I'd also like to say people probably read the Bloomberg article that's talking about the shipping of metal back to London. I think it's all bullshit. There is no, there's a little bit. You got traders taking advantage of that spread, but it's a cover story as far as I'm concerned to calm the nerves of the market. If supply were fine, they wouldn't need a PR rush in order to to say everything is fine, is moving back there. The physical supply just isn't there. And you can't move enough metal across the Atlantic in a fast enough time to meet urgent delivery needs, which means you're getting margin stress. People are getting margin calls and they have to deliver or do something, and it's hitting the paper market. And this means leveraged players are under severe pressure, real pressure. And this is, I guess, a hallmark of illiquidity and forced liquidations. And it's going to start to hurt some big players in this market.
This is the third person that's asked this question. So when will silver become a tier 1 asset? Any info or talks in the works?
No, but it was reclassified a critical mineral. That's
correct.
Nearly the same thing.
Right. They just asked the same question. Well, here's a great one. Habitat for Rockhounds, Jim Fry. What is the volume ratio of buyers to sellers at Miles Franklin recently?
No one's selling.
No one. Today, I can tell you that I personally took probably about 45 orders today. Not one of them was a sale order. Not one of them was a buyback. 45 orders is a huge amount of business for us to do. Andy will tell you I don't know if I've ever used this word on a podcast. I was discombobulated.
You were very frazzled.
You laughed.
You
at me a
started
lot
screaming.
Today. You laughed at me, though.
I did. It was funny.
It wasn't that funny.
Listen to what Daniel Golly says, senior commodity strategist at TD Securities. He says this is a breakdown in confidence in the greenback as a reliable store of value. This is what markets look like when the world's reserve currency is at least partially losing its value or store of value function. It's kind of like your dollar is acting like a melting ice cube here in Aruba. He said that the denominator for all those asset prices, the dollar, is what's actually declining in value. He argues the erosion of trust in the dollar is the unifying factor behind soaring commodity prices, tight credit spreads, and strong equity markets. Real assets are well positioned to capture what the U.S. dollar has and is losing. It's true. And I don't know. I think this is just beginning. I truly do. I think it's going to get nuts.
Well, I think, and this is kind of a funny one because Costco Online had, Joe Potter says Costco Online had 10-ounce silver bars for $569.98.
We're less than that.
Way less than that. Way less than that. So, but I will tell you, inventories are definitely depleting. I would say that, and I don't know if I said it already, but without a doubt, the most common question that we had today was, do you have any silver left? We do. But
don't look.
I'm not looking.
Don't look. What do you think gold and silver are up this year to date?
Silver is going to be up roughly about 75%.
72.
Gold's going to be.
That was before today.
Yeah, gold's going to be up roughly about 56%.
54.16. Tattoo, good job. You know, I'm so proud of you, Tattoo.
Good mentor.
HUI, the HUI index, mining share unhedged index up 100.
So I will tell you, Ball Guy Money.
I love Ball Guy. His name is Roger, and he's a very good dude.
I think that he is, and he hits the nail on the head a lot of the times. And I watch. Very entertaining. I really
Better
enjoy
than
it.
On the thumb.
Yeah.
You ever hit your thumb with a hammer?
Yeah.
That hurts.
I know, but his head looks a little bit like Russell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But he actually had, and you always say it, and you say it similarly to what we were talking about with Bitcoin and the cryptos. When you make money, because he was talking about the miners, and a lot of the miners have had some extraordinarily good runs so far this year, and a lot of them are up triple digits. But what he was saying, and I really believe that he hit the nail on the head right, is that how do you know when to take profits? You want another one?
No, this is the first drink.
You want to do another shot?
I don't need a shot. I have several shots.
We could do a shot.
You
just
could
for our audience.
You should do one.
Right, fine, I'll do one. Ball Guy Money said, how do you know when to take some profits? And he went through a whole, he said what he would do is take profits off of the miners, take those profits
I used to do that.
and put it into physical. And I really respected his commentary. I really did, and I think that he was right on the money with what he was saying. Really interesting podcast. I commend him for it. I had a great time watching it.
John told me I look short sitting back like this.
Well, you do, shorter than me. So you sit back like that, and I'm going to sit forward like this, and we're good to go. Because generally, it's the only time that it happens. What is this? Yay. Compounder Toes said, "Yay, Andy's in the house. Where has he been? We need the reports."
I've been busy. We've
be
been back.
Busy.
It's the busiest I've ever been. Traveling like I need to go home.
Yeah, we're still here for a little while, but here we go. Enjoy the decline. Wants to know, is Andy feeling vindicated as of late? Does he feel a sense of catharsis being proved right?
I always knew I was right, and it was never about being proven right. It was those who would listen to me. I felt blessed that anyone would listen to me, but and the people who would say that, they probably still don't know. Not this guy, but a lot of the people that we know, that we call friends, that know we're right. Like getting emails from people. Wow,
congrats.
They still don't know anything. Except for Charles. Charles sent me congrats, and Charles owns some.
Well, no, I mean, there's a couple of people. I mean, even Will P, who, wanted to purchase a decent amount.
But he didn't.
Well, yeah, he didn't.
He should have.
Yeah, I know he should have. Well, listen, I mean, the truth is, and everyone out here does know, that Andy does go out. He goes out on a limb, and he says things that most people don't, whether he's right or wrong. And you know what? He's definitely been a shit
I never say I'm right. I hope I'm right.
But he's been a shit ton more right than he has been wrong. And he puts his reputation on the line every time in doing so. So, yeah, I think that says something about him. So, yes. What is this here? Burke Jackson wants to know, did you already discuss the hold on the biggest refiner of silver?
I haven't heard that one.
No, me neither. But what is this? The gains made.
Yeah. So miners are up way big finally, and the miners have lagged behind the run in gold. It's usually the other way around. So for those of you that own any miners or have thought about it, now is the time to do it, to own a little bit of some mining shares, some good quality ones, because they're about to explode in my mind.
Well, Carolyn Key, raise future prices and then call it forwardation. Well, it's funny.
We call it contango then.
Right. But yes, with the people that we have spoken to, and I would say that we probably have not only some of the best distribution arrangements with, distributors in the nation, but we also probably, outside of Andy, who is probably the most brilliant mind when it comes to the metals, some of the smartest people on there. Yes, we don't think that this backwardation will continue. That doesn't mean that silver is going to fall to meet the price of the future. It's somewhat the opposite. I mean, if you looked at the futures market today, which, again, the actual stock market itself was closed today for Columbus Day. But when we look at the futures market today ended with silver being up around $2 and change. And right now we have the futures silver market sitting at around 50.90. Where's the spot market? The spot market is sitting.
You guys know Adam Taggart?
Yeah, of course.
Adam's calling me.
Oh.
Hi, Adam. I have to call you back, Adam.
Well, you might want to talk to you about being online. Let me just see where the spot market is. Give me 1 second. Adam might want to talk to you about it now. So hold on 1 second. You can call him.
No.
You sure?
I'll call him soon.
Okay. All right, let's just see here. Give me 1 second. All right, so let's see. So the spot market now, is looking roughly at around 52.70.
Wow, it's up again.
The futures market is sitting roughly at about 51. So the spread between the futures market and the spot market has narrowed a little bit, of roughly about $1.70. It was at one point earlier at about our favorite time,
2:30.
So that's really what it comes down to. There's been a enormous. If you tried to get us and we didn't pick up right away, it's not because we didn't want to take your call. It's because things have just gotten absolutely insane.
Should we talk about how great our wives are?
Our wives are pretty good. I mean, listen, the fact that they were putting up with us today with everything that was going on. I mean, we're
Mostly
here.
you.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, John is great.
I laugh at you.
I know you do. You did a lot today. A lot.
I'm sorry, it's funny.
I know.
I like
especially-
watching you frazzled,
Well,
screaming
listen,
and throwing things.
when you
like
have
a
45
petulant
orders
child.
coming in, and then you have people trying to also find out about deliveries, and all you have to do is call Alyssa, and I have to take care of it on my own.
Look, I lived that for 30 years.
I know,
man, and now
but-
you're paying the dues.
I know, but you laugh.
I did. It was funny.
It's you laugh, and
Very good.
I don't know if I
Thank
love
you
the
for
laugh.
making me laugh.
Yes. Michael Church. Let's hear what he has to say. Michael Church traded 100-ounce bars for platinum back in 2003. The bars are easy to store, but I was concerned about liquidity. Time will tell if I made a good trade. So look, I mean, Andy and I, it was maybe 3 months ago.
She said I interrupted you while you were trying to talk about her.
Well, she should come out here if she's wearing
Yeah,
lipstick.
Jonna,
she can
come on out here, chicken.
About, I would say 3 months ago when we were on the Q&A, Andy doesn't very much give predictions on price when it comes to metal. And I think whether or not I made a fool of myself or not, I'm not the public figure that Andy is.
Yeah, you're getting a B tattoo.
But I think I did say that I thought by year end we would see, and I think silver was roughly at around 32, 33. I think I said that we would probably see between 60 and 70 by year end.
You might be right.
I didn't expect October to be as ferocious.
Oh my God,
we
they're
got
gonna
it.
come say hi.
Let's go. All right, we got both of our wives. All right, let's go.
Beautiful.
This is everyone. Say hi to my wife, Julie. Say hi, Julie.
Hi.
Say hi to everybody. Jonna's wearing lipstick.
I've got lipstick on.
Yeah, Julie, you have to move into
Ready
the
for the
camera a little
camera.
bit. There you go. There you go. Say hi. This is Tattoo's wife, and this, of course, is Jonna. She runs everything.
I run Andy.
Everything, by the way.
I run Andy
But she runs everything.
and you.
And by the way, Julie absolutely hates the mustache, but we'll be done with it either at the end of October
Julie, you got
or
a
the
good
end of
time
October.
going.
She's been, sunbathing.
And see, I don't because I sit inside and work all day long, even while we're in Aruba.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I think. All right. Thank you
Time
guys
to
for
go.
coming. I appreciate it. We'll see you. We have a reservation, but we'll be done in time for dinner. All right. Close the door. Thank you.
Take your time going, but hurry back.
Yes, exactly. It's like, okay, very good. So I think, I definitely think right now, and I'm going to bring up a couple of things that I want to talk about because we were talking about it today. You know, we were saying, can you imagine if silver actually went to 200? Can you imagine if silver actually went here?
Yeah, you told me you had something
I
special to
did.
tell me.
Let me bring that up because I think it's very important in seeing. So hold on. Let's just go to it. You talk while I bring this up because I think, okay, here we go. So here we
Guess I
go.
don't have to talk.
So it was a very, very complex article, but it was talking about that if silver continues its climb toward 80, which will likely be the level that will be the first, let's call it, major resistance level or the natural place for the market to maybe take a pause or consolidate before
Andy looks
deciding on
huge.
its next move. Once that phase of that digestion runs its course, of course, everybody will be looking for what number? $100. $100 will be the next milestone for silver. Now, triple digit silver would mark the moment that the world actually acknowledges that the decade-long winter, as we talk about with what show? When we have the long winters? HBO?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Forget it. You don't know. In any case, as he would say, let me just get to the article. Such a move would dominate headlines, reignite retail enthusiasm, and draw in new waves of institutional capital, much like what gold experienced when it first broke above 1,000. At that point, silver would stop being viewed as gold's overlooked cousin, or, quote, a poor man's hedge, and start being recognized as a core hard asset in a shifting global monetary landscape. Now, this is what I would say to you. I think once the market actually embraces triple digit silver, of which we do have t-shirts,
We do.
that say triple digit silver as the new normal, I think the next technical waypoint would come clearly into view. Projection to not 100, not 200, not 300, $400. And it's not that this guy pulled this out of full thin air. It was basically derived from scaling what we talked about last week, the cup and handle
Which
formation.
puts it at $96.
Well, that's on the short term. But when you look at the long term of the cup and handle formation, what this gentleman is saying, from a historical percentage move, it would allow us to capture the long term cup and handle formation.
Your glasses are crooked. We hear from Silver Bush.
Well, that's because I think I just sat on them. I think it's because when the door hit me in the face.
Oh, that was
That was funny. It was
very
good.
funny.
I gotta tell you, it
laughed
hurt for like a
hysterically.
second. When I ran to get the bottle of vodka, I didn't realize that the door swung this way. The door kind of
It was
hit me in the face.
wonderful. It hit him
In any
square
case,
in the face.
That's you're on the mouse. What makes the $400 region more compelling is that it aligns with the long-term trend. And if silver can establish itself above 100, the path to 400 is definitely reasonable within the framework of the secular bull market. And that's what we're at. I think we're
ignoring gold, which is up
No.
55% this year too.
No one's ignoring gold, which you and I just bought.
We did 5
We did.
ounces each.
Yeah,
Actually, I brought more than that. But
I know, but we had a client that unfortunately had a banking incident.
Well, let's talk about the banking incident without mentioning the names.
Okay,
Because
so-
this was really fucked up.
It was a client of mine that had a $400,000 order. She placed spot silver was 44, gold was I think around 3,800 and change, and she tried to wire the money out of Fidelity. And
I'm not tipsy. People are saying I'm tipsy. I'm not. I'm just beginning to get tipsy.
I'm about to
I
get
think
a little bit
it wasn't
more,
I
so-
thought it was Wells Fargo, wasn't it?
No, it was Fidelity. Fidelity, where she had the money, when she put in to wire the funds to Miles Franklin, they flagged her account for fraud.
Fraud.
And then what they did was they brought her in. Hold on. So the
God
chin down.
bless.
They flagged her account
Let me
for
tell you
fraud.
something before you finish. This is a big deal for Kevin.
Big deal for you.
In 4 years, I've never seen Kevin drunk. 5.
You probably will tonight. You probably will tonight.
All right.
So they flagged her account for fraud. They made her come in, sign documentation, X, Y, and Z. In any case, as much as we tried to accommodate, the trade was going on for too long, and we could not hold on to the trade any longer. So what did we do? We were kind enough. We offered the trade to a couple of my clients, but Andy and I are always buying silver and gold every 2 weeks. So Andy and I decided to buy her gold from her. And of course, it wasn't that difficult of a decision, given the fact that, it was a lot lower than when she locked it in. So Andy bought a tube of 50 1/10 ounce, which, as we all know, is one of his favorite gold pieces. And I bought a tube of 1/10 ounce 1/10 ounce gold eagles, a tube of 50.
Why would someone say they don't want to see the bullshit American flag? I thought we're all patriots here.
Yeah, well, where do you see it anyway?
I don't like
Is
that. I
there-
hope I
yeah, I don't like
misunderstood
that.
it because
Where are we looking?
I saw it.
That's not good.
We're all
patriots.
We're all patriots. I love this country right there. I thank God every day I was born in this country. Yeah. There's some bad shit that's happened, but
There is, but you know what? At the end of the day,
come
you
on,
can
man.
go to a lot of
You're in
other
much better
places,
place.
and you will not have the life that you live here. But I want to definitely keep politics out of this. There's a lot of shit going on in the world. Today was a very good day, in my opinion. We got a lot of people back that should have never been gone to begin with.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Happy 75th birthday to Bobby. Very nice. Oh, this is actually my client right now that placed an extremely large order today with us for some gold eagles. And I will call him back.
It
right
kills
away.
you to not answer.
It does. It was a very large 7-figure order today.
I like Monday shots. I'm having a Monday drink.
Yeah.
A much
And-
bigger drink.
Oh,
than
and by
Kevin.
the way, I mean, we have gone just to, let you know.
Yes, by the way, we're in Aruba on vacation. That's why we're drinking. We came down here for
meetings,
some
but
family office meetings that turned into a little bit of a vacation, and
we tried to make it a little bit more of a vacation. Today was definitely not a vacation for me. I don't care what
it was for me, though.
I know it was for you, but that's because you're the boss and I'm not. And
You're close.
No. I am so not anywhere near close, but it was not a vacation for me. Today was frazzled, to say the least. And we started to play golf today after our meetings. And of course, as I was on the first tee, when I tell you that my phone was blowing up, it was nonstop. You
sounded like a child.
Disaster.
Screaming.
Horrible.
Yeah!
And Andy literally was laughing to the point where I felt he was going to keel over in pain.
I parred the first hole.
He did.
And laughing the whole time, and then you were just
I parred the first hole too.
Oh, you did. Yes.
I had a great shot.
You had a good...
The second hole I didn't.
Yeah.
But at that point, my phone was blowing up, and that's when I got this very large order that just it took all of my attention. But we played with our wives. Our wives were spectacular. I mean, I don't know if it was like the Aruba Air or whatever it was. And then, unfortunately, we didn't have much of a choice. We had to stop playing, and we had to come home, finish working, and it was just...
Look at that one. Look what Carol says.
Which one? Carol. Carol Taylor says, Fidelity flagged me too, so I took every penny out and pulled all my money at Miles Franklin in September 2024.
Thank you, Carol.
And by the way, I got I have received more thank you emails. I just did an IRA conversion about, I want to say 2 months ago. That was about a $1.2 million conversion. Her husband or ex-husband, who really kind of helps her with her finance, even though they're divorced, basically told her, no, don't do it. You're out of your mind. I think he might have used some superlative words in there too. In any case, needless to say, in the last month and a half, her account is up probably about 20+%, and his account in the market is down about 12%. So yeah, I mean,
and the dollar's down 11.
And the dollar is down 11. So, and probably continuing to slide. So listen, I appreciate more than you guys know the emails that come in to info at Miles Franklin. To me personally, it means a tremendous amount hearing that, we've helped you guys do the right thing.
Let's show everyone something. Hang on.
Go ahead. Well, be careful of just be careful of what we got.
Look at that down there. You see the pools down there? They have a lazy river. I wouldn't know. I haven't been in it yet.
Yes.
Look out for your
You have to, I know, but you have to talk real quick while because this is...
hold
on.
What happened?
No, hold on.
What happened to your light?
No, hold on. I think you turned it off by mistake. There we
go. What do you want me to talk about?
You talk while I just have to fix this text.
What would you like me to talk about?
Talk about how...
Let's look for some questions. Yes. I'm going to look for some questions here. Hold on. All right. Is the price inflated? Decibel? No, not even close. It's just beginning to finally exert itself. Real price discovery is something we haven't seen in a long, if ever, time. With the higher prices, should people purchase more silver and hold off on gold? Yes, absolutely. Silver is the value of a generation. And the fact that the U.S. government just reclassified it a strategic critical mineral, 100%. The market for silver is blowing up in London, and not the same in gold. Silver is the place to be. Can the LBMA get enough physical silver to actually make it? I don't think they can.
Not at this point.
Not in time, that's for sure.
No. What do we got?
What is your take on rare earth mineral situation? I think rare earths are very important. We'll probably do very well. There is a race to secure things for national security, rare earths being at the top of the list.
Here's a great question. Mitch Herbig wants to know, are we having trouble sourcing product with the shortage? Or do you foresee that happening?
One of the reasons we are not is that we are privately owned. And I think he who has the metal makes the rules. Where's that come from?
Trump
said that.
Yeah, of course.
But we do. We have a very good inventory. We killed it during COVID. We went into our line of credit. We loaded up. We've done the same thing here. We have more metal than most.
Now, mind you, I just want to be clear though. So we have basically sold every single ounce of silver that is on the shelf, right? That's in inventory. We are constantly getting new shipments in. So if you want to place an order, we lock you in at the rate that it is today. And then the delivery is the only thing that changes. So it is all shipments that are on our way into our distribution facility. Once it's there, that's when we will send it out. But you get to lock in the rate today for all of those metals. But I will tell you, yes, we have some of the greatest distribution agreements and contracts known to man in this industry. But I will tell you, Matt, who is our go-to guy, trader, is telling us without a doubt, it is getting much, much, much more difficult and much, much more expensive to source the metals that we were once getting. So that being said, be on the lookout for what? Higher premiums. That's it. It's supply and demand. So we're already seeing an uptick in it. There's no question about it. We put out, intraday messages to our brokers, letting them know, please check the portals because premiums are on the rise. And I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Would you agree with that?
I agree. And
Yeah.
we'll go back and answer these questions in
Yeah.
a minute. But my dad's middle name was Miles, and his best friend who lent us $60,000 in 1989 to start the company on a wing and a prayer in an office the size of a closet before the internet. His name was Franklin.
Hold on. I have to tell you, when we were talking about the Michelle McCory, and it must have been the vodka, when we were talking about the winter, that we were talking about the slow winter, it was Game of Thrones.
I never watched it.
What?
No, I'm not into those.
I might have to hold that against you.
Well, it's like a
Michelle
fairy
McCory just texted me that it is Game of Thrones, and Michelle, he's never watched Game of
tale.
Thrones.
Michelle is a wonderful person.
I know, but Michelle, next week when we're back in the office, I hope you give him shit for not watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but has she watched Sons of Anarchy? Has she watched Banshee? Probably
By the way,
not.
I've watched
Michelle.
both. I've watched both. Phenomenal. But I mean, Game of Thrones, you haven't watched?
It's like dragons and
No.
things.
You have homework to do. You have homework to do. Michelle, I'm leaving this to you to make him watch Game of Thrones, and while you're doing podcasts with him, you must test him.
So get this one here.
Please.
I looked on one of the biggest distributors in America. I looked on their inventory list today.
Yes.
And it said platinum maple leafs out of stock. Platinum 1 ounce Valcambi bars out of stock. One of the biggest distributors in the world has no platinum. Platinum is as rare as hen's teeth these days.
And I will tell you though, palladium, they are talking about the technical charts on palladium being a breakout as well. We're not, when we were pushing platinum at what, 850, 900, we weren't really pushing palladium. It wasn't the same, but
I agree, by the way, the last of my kind, North Star charts are the best in the business. I would not
read what it says.
$100 silver by year, and I would not discount them at all. The refiners are behind right now, and because in June it was very slow. There wasn't much going on, and now all of a sudden everyone's rushing. They are way behind. That is true.
I'm going to put this one up because Andy is probably the most humble of any one of the podcasters that I know. Midas says Andy has been a superstar this year. Videos of him are popping up everywhere, and he has worked very hard. He deserves all the accolades. He does.
Thank you.
And I will tell you, a lot of the videos that Andy is in, he has absolutely no idea that are being produced.
It's true.
I send him videos daily that he said, I was never on that video.
Yeah, well, it's a flattering thing.
They take clips of what Andy does amongst all his videos, and they make their self-produced videos
to monetize.
Right. But yeah, and it's not, I will tell you, Midas, it's not just this year.
I've done about 6,000 since 2019.
I And again, I don't want to.
Oh,
I think
what's going on with your light?
I don't know. I mean, it's from Amazon, so I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, it's not a timing thing.
Oh.
I will tell you this, and Andy knows this because not only do I work for him, and he's also my closest friend in the world, but we talk about everything, and he knows exactly how much I have in metals, and he has single-handedly changed my life.
Oh.
He made me make that promise that he made to his dad a long time ago, and I have done so, and I continue to do so. And today was a
big day for you.
Today was a milestone. Not necessarily going to say what the milestone was, but it was a milestone for me that I was very proud of.
Pay yourself first.
Pay yourself first. And I will tell every single solitary soul out there, it is the absolute greatest gift that you can do for yourself and your family. And I don't care if it's an ounce of silver. I don't care if it's a quarter ounce of gold, 10th ounce of gold, whatever it is, do. And as Andy always tells you, if you hold dollars, you are destined to go broke.
Think about what is with that light, Amazon. The thing of it is that how fast has 2.5 years gone by?
And by the way, I mean, it's gone by pretty quick. But you know what? The amount that I've accumulated in 2.5 years, 3 years, whatever it has been, has just been.
Well, if you think about that as being every other week, if you're talking roughly 26 times a year, you've made 60 plus purchases,
Yeah.
And how did that, that's just.
We made another one, and I'm going to be making another one. I mean, I had another client that thought that he actually was able to put $84,000 a year into his SEP IRA, but they told him that he was only allowed to put $70,000 into his SEP IRA. So what's happening to the other 14,000?
Paying himself first?
No, I'm buying it.
You're buying it.
I'm buying it.
Way to go.
Yeah,
I'll take
buy
half of it.
Fine.
Okay.
Michelle McCory just said.
Where's Michelle?
She's on my text. She said, best quote from Game of Thrones, chaos is a ladder, little finger. But chaos is a ladder. You have to.
Michelle,
I am making
Michelle, I dare you right now to come on. And
Michelle, please come on. I will get you on stage right now.
Come on,
please.
Michelle. Don't be scared.
Text me and let me know that you're coming.
She's frightened.
No, Michelle is
consummate
balls
pro.
to the wall.
I know.
She is.
Michelle, yes,
come
Vietnam,
on.
they froze, I don't know, 70, 80,000 bank accounts, those people who refuse to provide their biometrics.
So Kimberly Cooper said, I would imagine you're talking about Fidelity. They did that to us, lock our account, made it difficult and put us through the ringer for us to go through with our transaction. Don't do much business with them anymore. So my client actually closed their account. She got her money freed up. But I will tell you the amount of loss that
I'm going to invite her.
The amount of loss that she incurred between that. How do you do that?
Right here.
I'm going to text her. So
I'm inviting you right now, Michelle. Michelle, there she is.
Is she coming on?
I just sent her the invite.
Okay.
Let's see if she comes on.
Can't you tell her that she?
I can't tell her she has to do anything.
Well, you kind of can.
Not really. I would never do such
I know,
a
but
thing.
you can ask her nicely. By the way, we tried desperately since we're in Aruba and it's about 1,000 degrees here right now, and of course, as always, I'm wearing a vest. I desperately wanted to wear a life vest for everybody, but I couldn't find one. So that was
Your wife is hangry.
My wife is hangry. Well,
so
our
there's an
reservation-
interesting question here about the bullion banks selling short silver. And it's important to understand how the COMEX market works. The COMEX market, when the bullion banks are shorting silver in this market, I could argue that it is actually bullish. Now, I know that sounds kind of crazy, but when you talk about the longs in silver. They're not the ones who control the delivery. It's the shorts. If you're short in silver, the only way to deliver is to is to issue a short contract for delivery. And so, in other words, think of it like a coat check room, where the long has the ticket to get his coat back, but the short holds the coat. And in order for the short to deliver, they have to actually hand over the coat. And so, in essence, what we are seeing, in my opinion, anyway, is if that were to happen, it's actually bullish right now. It becomes a real big problem if the shorts cannot deliver or refuse to deliver. In other words, no silver leaves the COMEX unless the shorts make it happen. And so the bigger issue would be if the shorts not being able to or not willing to hand over the real metal. So if you're long, you have to first, in order, it sounds counterintuitive, you first have to go short on the COMEX in order to stand for delivery. If that doesn't happen, if there were shorts that wouldn't deliver, in other words, if they were called to deliver, the whole paper market breaks. And when that happens, silver just doesn't go up. It gaps way, way higher. And that's why delivery stress is always very bullish for physical silver. This delivery stress right now that we're seeing is very, very bullish for silver. And if the shorts can't deliver, the paper game ends, period. And then silver explodes higher. No delivery, no trust. That's when silver goes vertical. So the shorts by the bullion banks is actually what we would expect to see if we want silver coming off the COMEX.
So Michelle, well, hold on. I think it's like a timing thing.
It is stupid.
So Michelle is actually at the gym,
Uh-huh.
and she's on a treadmill. So she said she
Come
doesn't.
on,
She doesn't
Michelle.
have her lipstick on. I said,
Michelle,
she's beautiful
come
as it
on.
is.
Let's see on the treadmill.
Michelle, come on. You can do this. You can do this. By the way, Mama G wants to know, can we sell our silver back to you if needed? You can sell any amount of silver back to us. We're going to give you, of course, market rate for it. I would tell you right now, I don't think it is the right time to sell. We are in a absolute, what we still believe, buyer's market. I still think that even with premiums having a jump up, they are still historically low. I mean, yes, there are some high premiums. Eagles have shot through the roof in just a matter of weeks. But there's plenty of other metal that you can go into, especially if you're looking to stack. You can do 10-ounce bars, hundreds, 5-ounce bars, whatever the case may be. Whatever you can do, just do. Because, again, it's most people still to this point in time have 1/2 of 1%. Oh, here's the statistic that I wanted to mention, which I thought was quite significant. Hold on, that was that. Give me 1 second. This was pretty nuts. That's not the right one. No, that's the wrong one. But this is a pretty insane statistic. And again, I compliment Ball Guy Money for this one.
Bald guy's a good guy.
Hold on, where is it?
He's bald,
so,
too,
he is bald. All right, so here we go. Ready? There are 8.1 billion people in the world right now. If we take the amount of silver and the amount of gold per individual, there is only 3.1 troy ounces per person and 1.2 troy ounces per person of gold. Look at that. 3.1 troy ounces of silver per person, 1.2 troy ounces of gold per person. That's pretty astonishing.
It's not a lot.
No, and if we take the amount that you actually own, I would think that you can probably take what? Ecuador, Portugal, Vietnam.
It's been a long time, dude. It's been 36 years of accumulating.
And not only that, but I mean, the how many times do you tell me on a daily, dude, I remember 300.
I remember
500.
I remember
1,000.
buying. I remember buying tubes of gold eagles for $6,000.
I want that.
Now they're $85,000.
I want that.
I know.
I want that. All right, so here's
It's
the
hot as shit. By the way.
here's our dilemma. We're at 55 minutes.
What is with this
I
light?
don't know. By the way, blame my wife. We're at
Julie.
55 minutes. I would love nothing more than to stay on for a while. But we do have a reservation because literally, if I tell you that before we came online live, Andy and I from this morning have been working nonstop since 6:30 this morning. My phone rang first and foremost 6:15 a.m. from a client in Hawaii.
She says, "So come back and talk after dinner." That's a little egregious.
But if we could try,
There's
try and go
Monday
live.
Night Football on.
We might miss that. We could always do tomorrow. We are going to go on. We're going on Mark Z Wednesday, but we could do.
I got an Adam Taggart.
How about this?
I got a Joe Brown.
How about
I got
this?
all sorts of
So
stuff.
what we could do is, there's a lot going on. There is so much shit going on right now that I can't even wrap my hands around it. What we can do is tell you that we don't know necessarily when, but we could do an impromptu emergency podcast. We could do it. Now, just know that we might not be able to give you a time and a place yet. It'll, of course, be here on YouTube. But if we go live, all we ask is that you stop what you're doing, put your pens down, put your phones down, and come live with us, and we will do it. But we wanted to not go another week without coming on and telling you what's going on in the market. There is a lot, and I mean more than you could ever imagine going on in the marketplace.
Here's a kudos to Michelle right here. Way to go, Michelle. It was a great video.
Yeah.
That Michelle did a video with Judy Shelton yesterday, who I did one with about 6 months ago. Is a very, very cool lady. Everyone should check it out. She's tuned in. Unlike most people you'll ever hear from, Judy Shelton is very, very, very tuned in.
And by the way, Judy Shelton predicts that in the summer of 26, that's when we will start to see some real change. Would you say that's the right word?
Yes.
Real
she
change?
says that Trump will back treasuries with gold.
50-year treasuries.
And her book says 5, 10, 20, 30, 50.
Right. But there is a lot.
Blowing up your phone.
Another order.
Enjoy your podcast, they say.
Well, he's watching it, but he says, he wants another invoice broken out. So, Tim, if you're watching,
Thank you, Tim.
I can get this taken care of for you. I have to see. It's going to be no, hold on. Tim, 1 second. Mario, let me just repeat this question because we got
I didn't
this
know it's
phone
not
call.
Mario.
Mario.
You said Mario.
Mario. It depends on where you're from. We know you're from. Raise the roof. I'm assuming it's Mario. And I will tell you this. Mario wants to know, is now a good time to swap silver for gold?
No, Mario.
Definitely not. Somebody called me today and asked me the same question. Look, if any dealer or broker tells you it's a great time to swap silver for gold,
They're lying.
they are only in it for the money. Because right now, I truly, truly believe that we are in the early stages, the early innings of the game. Tear off a piece. It's like the onion. You peel a little bit of the onion off a little bit of a time. But right now, we're just taking the onion out of the fridge. That's all we're doing.
We're not supposed to keep onions in the fridge.
I do.
I don't think you're supposed to.
I do. Why aren't you supposed to put onions in the fridge?
Have you ever seen onions in the refrigerated section?
No, but I do.
But if you did, why would it not be in the refrigerated section?
I don't know, but I put.
Why don't you ask ChatGPT? It will tell you, no, do not keep onions in the fridge.
What do you think ChatGPT would say about you if I asked questions about you?
That he's a nice guy.
ChatGPT doesn't know you.
Yes, they do know me. As a matter of fact, it's quite scary.
Oh my God! Look what Valerie's asking you. How much silver do you want to leave your kids?
A lot.
Can I tell them what you'll do? Can I tell them about silver?
Yeah.
If it goes to 400?
Yes.
So we had this discussion today. Was it 200 or 400?
400.
400. If silver goes to 400, just letting you know now, Andy is going to be selling a lot of silver. It would probably be the first time that he does not swap it for gold.
First time I've hardly sold anything.
Right. But at that point, at 400, he would sell a lot of his silver,
I'll buy
and he
the-
would buy an enormous,
Badass
gorgeous,
place on Beaver Creek
badass house on Beaver Creek Mountain, and
a room for you.
a permanent room for me.
Well, maybe I'll make like a tattoo house, like a
mean,
guest house
I mean,
outside.
yeah, that would be great. And by the way, I mean, that would be the greatest thing ever.
You know, Tattoo and I are going to Beaver Creek in February. If anyone would like to come and ski a day with us.
That would be great. We would love. And by the way, we are still trying to get Jana to do, because I believe it's a very necessary thing, that I want to do a Miles Franklin symposium that is going to be small at first, probably in Florida, but we will be doing something, and I am going to tell her that it is a necessary thing, and it's going to be available for maybe 100?
I have no idea.
Maybe 100, 150 of
John will join us in
clients.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Ramby coin.
So yes,
Tattoo.
yeah.
Look,
Hold on.
say it, Tattoo.
Oh, look. Hold on. I don't know why the thing's going off.
Your light is really sucky, by the way.
It's better than no light.
There is no light.
The plane. That is it. All right, listen, we have to go because we have a
No, I need a
reservation.
friend.
You have one.
What ratio to swap out at? You don't even start thinking about it until 45-1.
There you go. There you have it. And by the way, 45-1 right now. What are we at? 41.25.
The girl on the beach says yes.
41.25 times she's divided by 45. That's at 91.67 is when Andy says to not even start thinking about it. By the way, that is very close to the short-term cup and handle formation.
That's
By
a big,
the way.
that's a big one. RV flyer talking about the executive order that allows 401ks to go into gold. We don't know how that's going to play out, but it is a big deal.
We don't. But if you do, right now you can still put your 401ks and transfer your IRAs into precious metals, physical precious metals. If you are interested in doing so, simply write an email to info@milesfranklin.com. One of our specialists in the brokers will get in touch with you and tell you how you want to do it. But make sure that you're doing at least about $15,000 to $20,000 in a transfer of IRAs, or else it really doesn't make sense to do it because the fees.
What the hell,
I don't know.
dude?
The fees don't. Is it someone inside doing this?
I don't know, but you got one stupid light.
I know the
That's why
fees
you
don't.
got it so
The
cheap.
fees don't evidently substantiate doing so. We don't want that eating away at your principal. In any case, I can't thank everybody enough. Right now, we have 3,106 people watching
Where do you
live.
see that?
Right here.
Oh, look at that.
I can't thank everybody enough for tuning in on a Monday night on, of course, Columbus Day. We will be back a week from tonight. I will be in my vest. We will be back in the studio.
Let's do the lazy river tomorrow.
I will probably have my mustache still going. Maybe
I'm going to grow a goatee.
That's fine. That's fine. A little thicker than it is now.
I just started today.
But please tell your friends.
I could be a Taliban in a week. Do you know that?
Nah, you know,
My beard
you would
grows so
never look
fast.
like a Taliban.
Yeah,
no.
it would
No,
be.
You would look Naveed. No. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tune in. We will be back
Aha.
a week from tonight.
Look at the other Kevin, what he says. See? No fridge, no onions. No.
It says no matter.
Onions, fridge,
No
no
matter.
fridge. Oh.
By the way,
Oh well.
I like fridge. In any case, smash the
Thank
like
you.
button.
Thank you very much.
Subscribe. We'll be back a week from tonight.
But I don't want to go yet.
No, me neither. But we have to eat. But
Why?
by the way, there is a very strong possibility,
Can order a
given
pizza.
the activities of this week, that we will be on live. We might not give you a time
Maybe
and a
even
place.
tomorrow.
Maybe even tomorrow. Let's see what the market brings tomorrow. But until then, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. I bid you farewell. Again, I am Kevin Hauser, Tattoo. We have Andy Scheckman here, and we will see you a week from tonight, if not sooner. Thank you for joining.
Love you all.
Be
Thanks
well.
for putting up with our chicanery tonight.
60 to 70 year end. Let's do this, Silver.
But wait, real quick.
Yeah.
Who won the bet?
Oh, so we did have a bet, just to end this podcast off.
See, who knows?
Andy and I did have a bet. The bet was Will, and this was, I would say Silver was probably at
6
around,
weeks ago?
yeah, but Silver was probably at around 38, 40,
Yeah.
and gold was probably at around 3,800.
No.
Less?
No.
Or more,
Probably like 35,
35,
36.
36. Well, if it was 2 weeks ago, it wasn't that.
It's 6
6
weeks
weeks ago. I don't know. Whatever it was, the bet was, will gold break 4,000 before silver broke 50? And absolutely 100% Andy won the bet. Gold broke through 4,000 2 days prior to
Doesn't
silver
matter.
breaking 50. But he won, no question about it. So
Look at
I am a man of my word. Hold on. I am a man of my word, and I am going to pay up right here, right now, with no issue, in the infamous trading places. Andy won. $1. There you go.
Eddie Murphy's in the bathroom smoking a joint.
And
right
by the
now,
way,
too.
that dollar really not worth $1. It's probably worth about 80 cents come 2 weeks from now. So with that being said, we love you all. Thank you for joining, and we will see you a week from tonight.
Mañana.
If not, we will see you later on this week.
Maybe
Let's
even
see
later tonight.
Maybe even later tonight. We might do a impromptu.
We could get really drunk at dinner and come back and have fun.
If you want us to come back later tonight after dinner, really drunk and really kind of fucked up, hit us in some comments.
You swore.
I know, but that would be the third time. Hit us up in some comments and we'll let you know. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for joining tonight, and we will see you soon.
I just want to say this is now called the Tattoo and Andy Show. You let me sit back and do nothing. I love that.
Andy won. Goes Patriots and Andy won. Well, then we'll change your name on the thing instead of live Q&A with Miles Franklin. We'll change it. Live Q&A with Andy and Tattoo.
Tattoo and Andy.
Tattoo. No, you're always first.
Okay.
Come on, give me a break.
Okay.
We love you all. Thank you for joining.
Bye, everybody.
Be well.